Hello parents, we just wanted to make this video specifically for you, for those of you that have fifth graders moving up into what we call the junior high ministry here at Sunnybrook. So sometimes when we say that, a lot of people are confused, like, well, we think that junior high, we thought that was like in 8th or ninth grade. Yes, that is like how we say it here in Stillwater, the schools, but we call it a junior high ministry, and what we mean by that is grades 6 through 8. So we know that there are some questions out there as your kids are moving up. Specifically, we're talking about everyone moving up July 5th. And then up until then, if your child wants to be a part of any sort of kid ministry events or junior high ministry events, we would encourage you to have them do both if they would like to, or choose one. But until then, we wanted to sort of inform you on some of the changes that will be coming, some of the things that will be staying the same, and just kind of give you a little idea. We typically do this as a face-to-face meeting. That's kind of an awkward experience right now at this point, so we figured we would do a quick video for you. So Morgan's going to share a little bit about what we do kind of on a week-to-week basis, Sundays, Wednesdays, and the purpose of all that.
Yep. So as your child moves from a 5th grader to being a 6th grader in our junior high ministry, on Sundays and Wednesdays are when our weekly primary programming exists. And so on the first, second, third, and fifth Sundays, so all Sundays except for fourth Sundays, we will have Sunday school during the 9:30 hour. So if you are a family that only goes to 11:10, we would, just so you know, our junior high Sunday school hour is at the early service. And we would encourage you then at the 11:10 to take your child with you to the main service. And that kind of brings me to what our fourth Sundays are like. So as your student is in elementary, they're experiencing things like worshiping with the body, teaching at their level, communion, those types of things. Whenever you move into junior high, we really want to encourage our students. We feel like they are old enough and capable enough to get into the habit of meeting with the entire body for that experience, that worship experience. So we really want to emphasize being in the sanctuary. So we would ask that if you guys are just here for one service, that you actually take your student with you. If you're here at the 9:30 and then you guys leave jet for lunch, we believe it'd be more beneficial to kind of sculpting your child and discipling your child for them to experience corporate worship with the body, to celebrate the sacraments like communion, to an offering and worship and listening to the Lord in that way. If you come to 2 services, then what we would say that what we do is we have our Sunday school hour at 9:30, and then we have our worship hour in the sanctuary together at the 11:10. On fourth Sundays, we cut Sunday school altogether. That way, if families are sending their students to Sunday school each week, and then you guys are leaving after the 9:30, that at least that fourth Sunday, we are all worshiping together in the sanctuary during 9:30. Another thing about Sunday mornings is we have this thing called a leadership team, where we want to help develop students to use their gifts to serve the junior high ministry. And so we have someone that does like announcements, some people that work on tech team, greeters, all those types of things. And we have this amazing volunteer. Her name is Starla, and she kind of heads that up for us. And that's primarily on Sunday mornings. Sunday mornings in our Sunday school, we go through the Gospel Project curriculum. So we're working systematically through Scripture chronologically on any given Sunday. On Wednesday nights, it's different. We have a sermon. We have kind of a gathering time, I guess, first, where students can hang out. Then we do either game or worship. And then we have a sermon that's given. And then we will send students into their small group. Their small groups are divided, just like elementary, where it's consistent. You have the same grade and gender each week, and same leaders each week. And I'll let Drew kind of talk to that, because he's going to talk about who those leaders will be for your students next year.
Yep. So we talked about the leaders. One of the things I kind of want to go back to is we talk about what kids are learning on Sunday mornings, the Gospel Project curriculum. So as they're moving through Elevate, kind of their next Sunday, they're going to be picking up in the very same spot that they left off. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of an all joined in process there. For leaders and small groups, we talk about our kids really needing to have relationships with other Christian adults in their lives as they're hitting this point, kind of moving away a bit, or at least wanting some of their space between themselves and their parents. one of the things that we think is really important is that they develop these other relationships with Christian adults. And so in our small groups with our small group leaders, we're going to have Mike Henson will continue on as a 6th grade small group leader with the guys. Will also be possibly some of those small group leaders that were with him will be coming along. We're still working on that to see if that's going to happen. If not, we'll be adding some more adult leaders in there as well. Heather Fallenkamp and Ashley Whitebrook will be continuing with the what will be our new 6th grade girls. So they're going to be continuing on.
I can't believe your daughters are 6th graders, by the way, as I'm looking through that list.
Very strange.
Slightly.
Very strange. So our leaders, for the most part, will be the same. We do like to bring in a number of different college student leaders usually to match up with some of our adults that are existing and already there. So that probably won't be a surprise for many of you, but that will be a little bit of a change with the small group leaders if we do add some different people in that process. So that's who's going to be our small group leaders beginning this fall. So Morgan, we still have a lot of things to come before that. We have the summertime, and it's a different summertime. Where obviously this week we are typically at camp, and we are not at Camp Syokoma right now, which is a little bit strange. But
it's actually sad.
It is a little sad. I was there yesterday, and it was weird. So we have planned a number of different things. We've sent some information out on that right now, but Morgan's going to share just a little bit about, again, what we're going to be doing throughout the summer.
So there will be some family events going on that you'll continue to hear about. But outside of that, junior high specific events, we'll have MS Chaos. We have a couple of those in June and one in July, and you will get all that information in email. I think we also gave you that information last week in this little video. And then also we have a junior high vacation days that we're going to do July 6th, 7th, and 8th. The cost of that will be $70, and what we'll do is we'll meet at Sunnybrook each day, and we will do a variety of things from going to Pops to a trampoline park to having all of our tournaments that we normally have this week at camp. We'll have those here at the church one day. We'll kind of end it with this big shebang of going to float the Illinois River together. So it's going to be a good time, and we would love to see your students there.
Again, one of the questions that we typically get asked as this transition happens is like, how can I be involved? I'd like to be involved in the ministry. We have a lot of different ways that you can be involved. I'm all about even creating new ways for people to be involved, no matter what you're gifted in and how you would like to use your talents. Obviously, we have small group leaders that we would love your help with. We have these MS Chaos service projects this summer. It is a great starting point. Again, it's not like you're saying, I need to be there every week and I'm committing now for the rest of my life to work with this group of students. So it's just a good entry point if you want to be here for 3 weeks and just help us serve. We would love that. Any of our summertime events would be a great place to jump in. And if you're interested in helping with that, contact me, contact Morgan, and we can plug you in. If it's more of an ongoing ministry, you want to commit on Sunday mornings to help in our Sunday school class, even though we're not having it right now, we will let you know when it comes back. If you want to be on a more regular basis with that kind of volunteering, that's going to require an application, background check, some more formalities that go with that. But we would love to have you help out and serve in our ministry. So Morgan's going to talk just a little bit about the communication. Morgan's not going to talk about communication because that's in green. I'm supposed to talk about communication. You talk about
it's actually yellow. You're the yellow highlighter. Usually in your meeting you would get this. But
yes.
I
sort of jumped ahead there. How do we communicate with people? We realize that junior high age students don't communicate very well.
Yeah. And we also realize it's complicated because they're starting to get phones, but you still need to oversee things. We'd rather communicate with you as the parents. So
you get them here, and you pay for virtually everything.
Yes.
So you need to be in on what is going on. So we communicate in a number of different ways. We do email on a semi-regular basis. We've been doing new YouTube videos with some video announcements every week, and as we've been in a little bit of a transition time, we don't necessarily think we're going to continue that forever, but we think that right now, as we're changing on a pretty regular basis, it's important to keep you up to date on a weekly basis. But do be checking your email. We communicate that way. We have started a group me, which includes some very important information, and then also a lot of stupid videos is what we are typically getting from our kids. And that is mostly kids that are in the group me. And so we know that some kids don't have a smartphone and definitely want to be a part of things still. So if you're a parent and you would like to be on that group me, we're probably going to be reaching out to you, and a way that you can get these kind of messages to your own child. So we communicate that way. We send out at times group texts. And then again, we have social media. We have an Instagram. We have some different things that we do on Facebook. So we're basically out there as well.
We do a lot of texting too. Leading up to events, usually if we don't see that your student is signed up, we just want to make sure that's not because we didn't communicate with you. And so we usually do a lot of...
Is it pestering?
I don't think so. I think from what I've heard, parents... I mean, you can always ignore it. You don't have to respond. But we usually take a morning or two just to kind of go through and say, hey, let's make sure these people got the right information. Yeah. So expect that from us. And that'll just be from my number or Drew's number.
And if it's like, just say, stop pestering me.
Yeah, this is annoying.
Hey,
and we
you're
can
annoying me.
Yeah,
Please
we'll just
stop.
make a little note.
Yeah. In a kind way. We want kindness.
We won't talk bad about you or anything like that. Mostly. I'm just kidding.
So, what else we do throughout the year? It's kind of some of our big events.
I'm just going to highlight these real quick.
Yep.
It's a long message. So we got the leadership team that I already mentioned. And at a certain age, we might have a leadership training or a leadership retreat. We have High Point, which we typically do in the fall. What that basically is a fall retreat. And so in the fall, we gather and have a retreat time. And in the spring, we have a go and serve time. And so we do a Dallas mission trip that we take with our students, where we go down to Dallas and we partner with the church down there and see what we can do to help. It's pretty chill. And so we do those things. And then we have a just fun evening thing called a Friday Night Frenzy. And we do that usually a couple of times, once or twice a semester. So be looking for that also. And again, if you're wanting to kind of get involved but you don't know where to start, we think these events and trips are kind of great ways to start. Because like Drew said, you're not committing to something that's ongoing. You're just committing to this space and time. So those are some things to look forward to in the fall. We sure love you guys, and we are so glad to have your students. We are anxious to start meeting with them face to face and not just kind of talking to a screen, hoping you guys get this message. So just know that we're praying for you guys, and we're praying for you at home and your sanity with your kids, and we're praying for your students, and we're excited to call them ours too. So we love you.
Definitely. Check out in the email, we're going to attach something, basically our discipleship process for our students. And again, we don't need to explain all of that right now. Some of you people really love colors and diagrams and what's your philosophy and all of these things. I like that stuff too. We're going to put that in the email. Check it out. It will tell you why we emphasize what we do at all the different ages and stages, and specifically at junior high with spiritual formation. So check that out. We would love for you to just understand a little bit more why we do what we do. So we're excited to have your kids be a part of what we're doing, and look forward to meeting together soon. See you later.